So our hard-fought plans to dodge cabin fever died a slow and painful death last episode. Let's see if we can get a little closer to the Quonset, our main base area, and rehash said plans. Hey there, Legion, it's Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Against All Odds series. I'm going to step back outside here. Seems like the weather is now decent-ish. Yes, it is certainly decent-ish. And part of me, I'm fully rested, so in order to get some cloth that I could use, I'm going to go ahead and climb this rope, just this one rope. I'm going to climb right back down and get that snow shelter broken down. Because I want some of that cloth back, damn it. We need it. There are some clothing items that I can harvest at the Quonset. There are, but I'm not going to worry about that. Not a concern that I have. I would rather just break this one down and possibly get all the cloth back that I need from this one, because this is pretty freshly made. And therefore, I should get at least some of the stuff back if I break it down. Okay. Thankfully, though, we are in good shape otherwise. Just 2 cloth. All right. Well, that means I need 1 more, but that's okay. The 10 sticks are still a welcome addition to what I'm carrying with me. And there we go. Anything else I leave back here? Nope. Useless. Okay. Let's go back to the Quonset. Still have plenty of supplies there. Cabin fever risk has still gone down, so it's not like we are moving in the wrong direction. The plan with the last episode, if you missed it, the plan was to try to stay in the tower at the top of the zone, which is why we're climbing these ropes. 1 more rope up from this one, and you're in the tower. But it turns out cabin fever risk still ticks up when you're inside the tower, even. Because it is, in fact, a cabin. Surprise, surprise. Let's step in here really quickly. I'm still looking for cloth. Can't remember if there's anything else in here that I might be able to break down. There was the chair, but that's an hour and 30 minutes. And that would make my cabin fever risk go way back up. Way, way, way back up. I'm not sure I want to deal with that. Okay. Yeah, nothing else here. Nothing else here. I'm probably just going to break down a clothing item. That'll be the way that I do it. The way that I do it. But yeah, let's walk this direction. There's another snow shelter on the road from much earlier in the series when I think the episode title is Barbecue. Much earlier in the series when I was originally exploring Coastal Highway. Killed a bear on the highway, and I think I left most of his meat behind, right? Like, I didn't end up harvesting the corpse because it was the middle of the night. I still didn't have very good gear like I do now. So I didn't have a very good argument for staying in that one spot. I think I'm walking near... where the deer likes to hang out, so I want to be kind of careful. That's right, it's through these rocks, and then I'll be right in the face of the... Or not the deer, I said the deer, the bear. That's what I meant to say. Alright, so the bear cave is on the left up here. And I would be kind of shocked if I didn't see the bear, frankly. Up in front of me somewhere. Like right there. Like right frickin' there. See if I can avoid attracting his attention. Beautiful. Now these limbs are looking pretty juicy. I would love to have those for a fire. But my main priority at the moment is getting enough cloth for another snow shelter and finding a better spot for one. Hopefully somewhere near here. We're in the Quonset area. This is where I would like to be. How's my cabin fever risk? It's down to the sea. So it's almost gone. We're waiting for deer hides to cure, of course. So it's part of the reason that we're staying in one spot and having to deal with cabin fever at all. I do hope that some cabin fever rework is planned for the December update. I don't know for sure that it is. I know that taking another look at psychological conditions at cabin fever is something that Hinterland has discussed in the past, not in terms of definitive plans, like we are going to rework cabin fever. They've never said that, but just, again, the concept of just taking another look and seeing where they could make things better is something that has come up. Okay. Alright, this is not looking good. I don't know where in this area I could have a fire that was safe and protected from the wind. That spot that I was going to try to use in the last episode really was perfect in so many ways. Alright, storm's kicking back up. Let's go into the back of the Quonset because I do need to break down one cloth item. I've got a few in here. There's also food here, which is the other reason I wanted to come back. There's a couple of deer steaks left. There's also water. Grab that. Yes, you can, in fact. But you're not going to drop it. You're just going to eat some of it. And then drink some of it. And then all will be well. There we go. Okay, so. Decent hoodie. I think one cloth is all I need. If I recall correctly. Well, we have yet another blizzard, ladies and gentlemen. Cabin fever risk is nice and low at the moment, so I could probably justify resting for a while indoors again. How much time is left on these? All right, so they're 26%. Well, the first hide is 82% cured. We have... Okay, so the guts are about 2.5 days away. It's the second hide that's going to take the longest. So this is 1/4 of the way there. That's it's a 5-day thing, then a 1.25 days. So 3 3/4 days are what we need, which is right about what I've been saying. If you look at the journal and how long we've survived, that's just about right. So it's that thing that we're waiting on, really. Everything else will be done by then. Okay, so I suppose I should just try and rest while I'm here. I could use the fire barrel, especially with some of the other wood I have here. This is another good reason to come back.
Man, this pack is getting...
I just wish that I had a good spot to make a fire outside. That's the problem. That cave was frickin' perfect. And it didn't let me use the space the way that I wanted to. You can tell I'm bitter about that. Like, that worked from there are so many situations in the Long Dark where like the game seems to be giving you something to use. I guess the best way to do this would be to build a snow shelter facing a hollowed out tree. But then sometimes the wind can still blow directly into the hollowed out tree. So there's even, you're just reducing the chance that you have to deal with that kind of a problem. So anyway, I'm gonna make some additional coffees and teas while I'm indoors here. We need to recover some condition anyway. Not that we're recovering a lot on these recovery settings. It's been a problem since the beginning. Lost a lot of condition to cold.
Perfect.
During that last episode. I'm at my lowest that I've been in a while. I know I'm using up that coal that I said I would save. Getting rid of some of our stuff. How much water do I have on me right now? 0.35 gallons? Okay. Let's go ahead and get some more boiling. Meanwhile, I will cook some coffees in this thing. We're already at cooking 5, so not doing this for cooking skill at this point. Just want to have a decent stock of my drinkables ready to go. Speaking of that, let's also do some teas. Okay. So that's better. Still have 33 minutes, so I guess I'll cook a few more with the time that I have. Oh, no, we need more potable water.
That's right.
Cabin fever risk is really quite low, to tell you the truth, so that's reassuring at least. I'm going to eat most of this deer steak, and we're, like I said, we're just going to sleep because it's nighttime anyway. Might have forgotten to drink a tea there. Woke up fully rested. Okay. Well, we got some condition back. Not the worst thing in the world. Weather sounds better outside. And cabin fever risk is still below 50%. So that's good at least. With the weather being better, let's see if we can find an actual spot that we can use. First of all, how many sticks do I have? All right, I've got enough. How much cloth do I have? Got enough. All right. It's the middle of the night. Let's hope for some decent visibility. Might be too much to hope for. Oh no, it's actually pretty good. All right, I'm going to leave that there for now. Okay, so it's rock formations like this. More noise is startling me. It's rock formations like this that I want to try and look around and see if that's where I can find a good spot. Because you could potentially... It's not even that cold right now, relative to how cold it was earlier in the series. You could potentially have, you know, a fire mostly blocked from the wind. Like, but then the question is, where would you put a snow shelter? That's the other thing. And snow shelters need a relatively big, like, snow base with not a lot of rock beneath them. And yeah, like I was saying about the cave, that was the frustrating thing, is that the game really seems to be saying, hey, here's a perfect spot for you to survive, and yet there are lots of restrictions on where you can put those things. And part of me, maybe I need to think about this some more and like the balance of the game, but like part of me wants those restrictions to be eased somewhat. I should have been able to make a rear-facing snow shelter with a fire in the back of that cave last episode. Why not? You know? If I could make a front-facing snow shelter, why would I not be able to do in the other direction? So there's something about that I think needs another look. Okay, it's getting foggy, but I do know where I am. Kind of looking for a hollowed-out tree if I can spot one. Yeah, I knew that house would be there. Any of you that didn't know it would be there might have just gotten a little bit spooked. Sorry about that. If I can find a hollowed out tree close-ish, then that is where I am making my stand. Especially with these limbs nearby, you know? Come on, just one hollow tree somewhere. Somewhere in this immediate area would be perfect. I just want to make a camp for a little bit while our cabin fever risk goes away. It is going away right now. We're not just wasting time at the moment. There's absolutely a downward tick in our cabin fever. But I just want to be careful with this because I don't want to wander too far from home base, so to speak. Man, I really wish there was a hollow tree. Just one. Climb a little higher here. The other thing is that on terrain this sloped, I don't know that a snow shelter would even work. Are you hollow? No, you're not hollow. I was asking for it. I knew that was going to happen. I've noticed that, especially with the latest patch, and I'm sure you saw that too, you've seen it each time I've sprained in the past little while, it really seems like the pause that occurs when you have a sprain is worse than ever. Like, it really just kind of freezes the game up for a second. There's always been, I've talked about this so much in my content, there's always been a bit of a moment where the game kind of calculates what it's doing to you when it comes to your conditions. So sprains, hypothermia, stuff like that. That's always been the case. But the most recent updates have really seen a marked change. Right, there's the house. Have really seen a marked change. See, I didn't want to have a base down here because this is pretty much the road. Part of me just wants to start a fire somewhere and hang out by it for a while, because... Hang on, maybe I can find something... Let me look up here one more time. This is on the other side of the house, but in the same general area. Okay, nothing. Okay, so let's cross the road and see if there's anything there. Grab a few more sticks while I'm here. Why not? Cabin fever has really messed this up, hasn't it? Like, if not for cabin fever, we could just be passing time breezing through this, just like I said I would. But no, the cabin fever mechanic is making me slow down, which is fine for normal gameplay, but for a YouTube series where we have a goal that we're trying to get to and a certain number of episodes to do it, like, I realized that I could just say, well, forget the deerskin boots then, just go. But I've made my decision, and I think it's supposed to be a pretty treacherous zone, so I want to be properly prepared. It seems like the right decision, even if it means being patient. And if you're a viewer of the series, waiting a little bit longer for that much anticipated moment. Okay, there is not a single hollowed out tree anywhere near, it seems, the Quonset, which is just so upsetting. You would think there'd be one. I don't know why there aren't. Maybe it's because there's so much actual shelter, and hollowed out trees are something that they put in more, like, wilderness-like areas. Let's step inside really quickly.
Gotta warm up somehow.
Yeah, well, you're gonna warm up by coming in here. How about that? Okay, now I've already been in here. But one thing I could do is... This is gonna, again, increase my cabin fever risk. But... First of all, let me eat that venison. I'm gonna drink a tea, and I'm gonna rest for just a few hours here. Because I'll recover some condition. And it maybe will be daylight when I wake up. Which would be nice. Ha! Too much to hope for. The sun's starting to come up, but that's it. Okay. Hold on. There is one thing I can definitely do. This might be the last... Yep, that's the last of my spare fuel. Have to do some fishing if I want more. I do have this full torch, so I may as well use that. Let's use the fire striker to light it. And try not to burn this house down. Just kidding, that's not a possibility. Not something that can happen, but it's funny to think about. Oh, hey, look, trail boots. I have... Yeah. Okay. So I somehow overlooked those last time I was here. So if I overlooked those, what else have I overlooked? Oh, hey, dead guy. Forgot about you. I forgot about the dead guy. Okay. Oh, lost and found. What's in here? Oh. Paper. At least there's lots of cloth in there. Ah, well, the fog's gone away. So this... Hang on, this at least helps me look around to see if there's a hollowed out tree anywhere. I can see a little bit more plainly. If I could find a hollowed out tree, start a fire, have a snow shelter right in front of it, I would be just made. I would be set for life. That might not be the right word to use, though. Because I think technically if you say that you've been made, or you're made, that I think that technically means that you're dead. It's a slang term. Is it gangster slang? I can't remember. Like, mobster slang? Just movie mobster slang? I don't know. I just know of that term. For some reason, I think of, like, Joe Pesci and Ray Liotta when I say it, so. Okay. Not one damn hollowed out tree anywhere. However, this is an interesting looking alcove here. This could be the best equivalent of a hollowed out tree that I'll find just about anywhere. I can put a fire in that very corner. Now, next question. Can I put a damn snow shelter down here? I can put one there, but the question is, can I have one facing? Why can't... This is so frustrating. Why can't I have a snow shelter facing the inside? It's so immersion breaking. Like, why wouldn't I be able to do that? Maybe there's a reason and I just don't know it, but gosh, that's frustrating. Hang on. Maybe I can put one... I know you're cold. I think I saw some green there for a second. Aha! Hang on. Oh. Didn't mean to do that. There's the green. Let's see how close I can get it. I'm not super confident about this location. Hypothermia risk, of course, but I'm going to build it here.
I've never felt so cold.
Yes, you have. Many times. In this series. All right, so this torch is about to go out.
Fire.
If the torch goes out while I'm trying to start the fire, does the fire starting attempt stop? No, it doesn't. Okay, good. Okay, let me quickly harvest that. And I have one piece of coal, I think. Oh, good. Fire's heating me up without adding anything else. So I can tell it's blocked from the wind here. It's blocked from the wind here. And it's blocked from the wind here. So if I now get into my shelter. Oh, okay. Okay. Feels like a decent amount of warmth. And maybe, just maybe, that fire will be mostly protected from the wind. I'm not so sure about me and predators in the middle of the night in this current location. But hopefully the fire will help keep those away as well. Let's see. I've got a little bit of time before I can end this episode. What can I do here? I don't think I can put anything on the fire from here. I need to get a little bit closer. But I don't have a ton to eat. I've got stuff to drink. I've got my cattails. I would ideally like to have something that I can cook on this fire. So let's exit the snow shelter. I'm glad it didn't dump me out on top of the fire. That would have been funny. Or specifically, it would have not been funny. But okay, it feels like 42 at the moment when I'm standing here. There are a few other branches nearby, so I'll go grab those. Wait, really? Are you serious? Why am I suddenly that cold? Is it just the wind chill? Man, the weather's been so good to me. Condition-wise, I'm
so cold.
not in as good of a place.
Warming up a bit.
I'm gonna try and save that one piece of coal. I don't feel like I absolutely need it. Okay, well here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get in the snow shelter. And just for a saving point, I'm gonna sleep for an hour. I'm a little bit worried about the fire going out because the wind just changed direction. Part of me just wants to rest until I'm fully warmed up and then like go add more stuff to the fire. How warm am I right now? 67? All right, let's pass the time for an hour. All right, there goes my hypothermia risk. That's better. Yeah, let me step back over here and grab a few more sticks. Yeah, it's a little bit warmer now that it's later in the morning. That limb is ideally what I want to add to the fire, but this should give me a spot that I can use to finish avoiding my cabin fever. God knows it's taken me enough effort. Okay. 50 degrees on that fire now. Feels like 57. I really want to go break up that limb, but the wind is being a little bit prohibitive right now. I will go ahead and hop in here and rest for an hour. I'm pretty confident that the thing is going to keep me alive. Famous last words, I suppose. But let's sleep for one of these hours on our fire. The wind kicks up, it kicks up. But this will give us a little bit of condition back. We'll have some time left when we wake up to go harvest. Okay, yeah, hang on. The wind seems like it's blowing. Let's take a look. 3 hours, 23 minutes. Okay. Well, the wind is definitely blowing towards the fire, but it doesn't seem like it's going out. That's really nice. So next episode, we'll have to see if that stays that way. Oh, wait, nope. Question answered. Damn it. All right, well, cabin fever risk is gone at least, so maybe we can go back inside now and rest for a bit. That snow shelter was nice and pointless. I'm just going to go back to the Quonset before I end this one. I'm so bitter. This has taken up so much time. And watch, we're going to go back and sleep in here, and then the cabin fever risk is going to come right back. It's going to be so funny. At least we passed some time and had some fun. But ideally, we need cabin fever not to be a thing. If there was an obvious spot where I could have put a fire in a tree somewhere, that would have made things a little bit simpler. But no. No. Oh well. We'll check our timer when we get back into it, or check our survival log and see how long we have to go. I do have that venison. Forgot I still had that. That's good. But for now, well, let's check really quickly. I've got 86 days survived. We need to be at about 89 and a half in order to be done with this deer hide, which is now 40% cured. So this needs, yeah, exactly, actually, 3 more days from where we are now. So not 3.5, but 3 more, and then we'll be fully set. These guts are almost cured. This deer hide's almost cured. So we're getting there. And then we will be able to make our boots and get the heck out of Dodge. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.